In a jiu-jitsu match or a guy who's a jiu-jitsu black belt, there's no chance for like a lucky submission. There's no chance for you winning. You have zero chance. If they clinch you, you don't even know how to stop it.
For decades, the Abu Dhabi Combat Club, or ADCC, has been the premier jiu-jitsu competition in the world.
So, yeah, you got the most prestigious grappling event in the world. You got the real world championship, ADCC.
Attracting the best athletes that BJJ has to offer, winning a trial in ADCC is widely considered a commendable achievement, let alone winning the title itself.
ADCC champions the best submission grapplers on the planet.
Perhaps the most prestigious grappling competition in the world, there was little to be seen on the horizon for an alternative. That is, until now.
This time, it is no joke. Craig Jones is hosting a tournament on the exact same days as ADCC 2024.
The very first ADCC tournament was held in Abu Dhabi in 1998 and has been held every 2 years since 2001. Some of the previous host countries include Brazil, China, Spain, the UK, and the US. Competitors are only able to participate after winning the ADCC trials, or if they've been invited by the ADCC directly.
Everywhere from Japan to Brazil, United States. I think there's an Australian trial, so if you win the trial, you automatically get a spot. Or the past, if you're really a fan favorite or you just performed amazingly, there's a good chance you might get an invite.
It's also important to note that while most athletes tend to have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu backgrounds, it's an event open to any grappling style. Hence winners such as Mark Kerr, Mark Robinson, and Jeff Monson. ADCC is considered the most prestigious submission grappling tournament in the world, with previous winners including Roger Gracie, Braulio Estima.
Oh, and that's a finish.
Dean Lister, Marcelo Garcia, and Gordon Ryan, to name a few.
Going straight for a heel hook. Immediately gets the tap. 11 seconds for Gordon Ryan.
The competition has also done very well in promotion, with over 13,000 fans in attendance for the 2022 event at the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas. So, what's the big deal? The newfound popularity of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu cannot be understated. What went from a relatively unknown sport in the early 2000s has almost become a mainstream hobby in 2024.
And the sport is growing. It's growing at an exponential rate.
And I was the first out of my friends to stumble across Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but now all of them are hooked. My manager's a blue belt. Content creator Paula Lima, blue belt. Dylan Cartel, purple belt.
Undoubtedly, a number of factors have influenced this boom in viewership. One factor has been the close links between MMA and BJJ communities. So when MMA exploded, it gave a boost to the number of people watching Jiu-Jitsu as well.
Would just lay there. Oh, whoa!
New promotions have certainly given rise to revised rule sets, such as the Eddie Bravo Invitational, which also birthed some new stars in the sport. Perhaps another reason might be the relaxed rules around PED use.
But yeah, optics do matter, and when you see these athletes coming out just like looking like super Marvel characters, some of them jacked and shredded to the bone, it doesn't hurt.
But we won't go into that right now. Potentially the biggest reason would be the fandoms that have grown around new charismatic stars in the sport, such as Jeff Glover, Gary Tonin.
Look at that, right into the Akari Basami.
Straight on the leg attack.
Wow.
Tonin.
And he gets it. Holy.
Gordon Ryan.
Now he does. He's got heelers pushing.
And Gordon Ryan just submitted.
And of course, Craig Jones,
who is the Brazilian trials winner.
Oh, look at that. Tap.
Jones has approached his career much differently than other fighters, to say the least.
I like to put my energy in life and intensity.
Gabby, if you lose, would you marry Craig?
Never. I never met one guy like,
Equality. True equality is fighting a woman, I think.
His hilarious personality brings a level of entertainment not equaled by any other BJJ athlete online.
We love throwing something out, if someone overreacts. That's what I live for. That's fun to me.
And he's not too bad at the game either.
No messing around from Craig Jones.
Crazy.
We were wondering whether he was going to come in and mess around a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen Craig quite so serious.
Although, admittedly, not the best grappler in the world.
I've been grappling a long time, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to win anything. And Gab,
he sure is up there. Yet, like many jiu-jitsu athletes, Craig has found himself underwhelmed with the prize money on the table from the biggest competitions in the world, including ADCC.
I mean, from my perspective, athlete pay in general in grappling is pretty bad, but ADCC's existed for over 20 years, and it hasn't even kept up with inflation. It's remained $10,000.
Many BJJ fighters feel they bring a lot more to competitions in terms of viewership and sponsors than what's reflected in their paychecks, leaving many to make the majority of their income from seminars instead of actually competing.
And athlete pay, compensation hasn't changed. So it's like if we're contributing to selling out the arena, like, surely I get paid more than the guy that runs the hot dog stand, Papa.
In an attempt to change this, Jones has put together a new competition, the Craig Jones Invitational.
So, let's talk about your tournament.
Not only has Jones established a rival competition around the same time as the ADCC, he's managed to convince many of the best competitors in the world to fight on his show instead, dangling $1 million carrot for the winner.
If you were doing an event soon and they threw a contract on you, maybe reconsider, because you might just miss out on $1 million. And as a grappler, you're never going to see $1 million. You're going to have to do some horrible for $1 million.
The end goal of Craig's plan appears to be simple, as he intends to force the hand of ADCC into paying its participants more money in the future.
You know, I mean, the organizers just refused to do, like, I mean, even put it up to 20. Like, if they had put it to 20, I wouldn't have even said anything.
In fact, Craig is rubbing a little extra salt in the wound by offering his participants $10,001, exactly $1 more than the ADCC winner will receive.
You're saying every 2 years, the Super Bowl of grappling, the winner gets 10 grand.
Yes.
10 grand, yeah.
Kind of, well,
People don't know that.
Does Dana White run that?
And it seems to be working. So far, CJI has attracted the likes of Nicky Ryan, the Tackett brothers, Nick Rodriguez, and Fionn Davies, to name a few.
To choose, yeah, and then as soon as we got all the information together to realize it was legit, like we wanted to drop out right away, both Andrew and I.
I mean, I think most of the best guys in the world are going to go to CJI. It's $1 million.
And to top it all off, the long-awaited intergender super fight between Jones and four-time ADCC winner, Gabby Garcia.
I know you generally juice, but like, will you up the dosage for this?
Well, I video called her the other day, and we were both taking Anavar on the video chat. And she was popping a 25, I popped a 50. I was like, you don't need more than that, you pussy.
So, how does the ADCC feel about all this? Well, not great.
I don't know what's going on here, but we woke up bright and early this morning to this lovely message from Seth Daniels, ADCC organizer. You might know him best for his fireworks displays or his brilliant ability to play the bongo.
It would appear at this point the ADCC and Mo are clearly shaken by Craig's Invitational, and to some extent, the event has already been successful in forcing the ADCC into making significant changes and concessions.
I got the absolute prize money to be the same between the two. I will make sure that, what's it called? The women's prize money is the same. No problem. That doesn't mean anything to me. Easy.
But for some, this is all coming too little, too late.
So like, I moved over and then immediately he's like, okay, well, I'll pay. Like doubled it.
And like nothing.
And it was, yeah, and it was apparently nothing and it was easy.
No problem. That doesn't mean anything to me. Easy.
So I don't know why it couldn't have been done before, but...
Jones has stated that he's not looking to shut down the ADCC in terms of business. He simply wants to show them that if athletes are not fairly compensated, they could go elsewhere. Having said this, however, he also hasn't shied away from the idea of making the CJI a yearly event, should the situation for BJJ competitors not improve. A final nail in the coffin might be the fact that CJI will be streamed live on YouTube and could potentially be one of the most watched jiu-jitsu events in history. But only time will tell just how much this rivalry will change the future of the Abu Dhabi Combat Club.